So when I'm shopping with this crew, in the center caps, they sometimes have really good sales. So these aren't terrific sales, but toys are a really good product line for you to pick while being at Walmart. And these over here are clearance items, so I like these better because the price difference is greater. And these are the types of areas that I look for when shopping at Walmart. And I would scan all of these items in using one of my apps on the phone like Profit Bandit. Supplies. Great thing, especially when they're on clearance. So these are leftovers from the back to school, and they're really good prices. Also have some good prices on toys. 3 favorite categories at Walmart: toys, school supplies, and books. Legos go really great on eBay and Amazon. And they have lots of Legos here. And here's the book section. It's a pretty big section. And they always have really decent prices. Educational books and flashcards. I don't mess with fiction books. I stick with nonfiction because of the price point. You just can't do well enough on the fiction books. So here I am at Walmart on the floor scanning items with my Amazon FBA app and my Profit Bandit app, and I made 2 piles. This is my profitable pile, one that I could resell, and that is my unprofitable pile so far. So I've just scanned a few things so that I can show you. For example, this Lego Hobbit game. It's on clearance right now for $50, but when I look on Amazon, it's $47 is the least price that it's going for. You have to be careful. You have to make sure you're looking at FBAs, because sometimes FBAs might sell for $10, $15 more than a regular price on Amazon. So this one was not a good deal for me because it was already a $3 loss and I hadn't even walked out of the store yet. Okay, these each will give me about a $7 profit. I have a $10 price profit that I like to make on an item. So if I don't make at least $10 profit, I consider it's not worth my time and I put it back. But if you have a lot of items, if you can buy 10 items at the same time or 20 that are each $7 price points, it's going to take you 1 listing at a quantity of 10, then I would say it's worth it because I'm putting very little time, very little effort. It's the same shopping trip, it's the same listing, and then I'm more lenient on my $10 per item. So I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 things plus whatever else I can scan and find in that. But this is how I do it. Plop down on the floor and don't care what anybody else thinks. Okay, so here we have a Lego Hobbit. It's here on the rack. It's on clearance for $50. I looked it up with my Amazon FBA app, and the least expensive FBA price was $67 and something cents. So that would be at least a $17 profit for me. but then you have to take in consideration your fees, your Amazon FBA fees, which was $10.12. So I would only be making a profit on this of $7 and some cents. But if I got several of them, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think I saw one over there, 5, then that would be $35 profit and a 10-minute shopping trip with one listing, because I can just put quantity 5. So that's kind of how you can do it when you find sales like this, clearance sales that are in the middle aisles. They might have 10 of one item, but you want to scan each of them because you're going to find a bunch that, even though they are on clearance and look like a good deal, when you actually calculate your fees, they're not. So you want to just put those back, but some of them will be a good deal. And when you find a good deal, I would take everything that they have. I wouldn't take huge quantities, but you know, like these, I'm seeing less than 10 or up to 10 items. I would take those and list all of them at the same time. Okay, here's example number 2. This is an Uno robot. And these are really good Christmas ideas because games and toys in general go really well for Christmas. And even though it's September, you want to be stocking up now so you can get them into your inventory list before people start buying, which is surprisingly soon. This one was $34.97. It says it's on clearance for $19. However, they're each marked 13. So when I look on my scouting apps, I see that FBA, I'll make a $6, almost $7 profit, but when I calculate my fees, I have to take out nearly $3 of that in fees. So these will only be $5 and some change a piece profit, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, when considering getting a bunch of them, you have to look at the number. How good of a seller are these items? How good do you think they're going to be for the holiday? And do you really want 7 of them? It's easy when you buy them in bulk because you'll make, $35, same shopping trip, same listing because you just mark the quantity up, but you don't want to be stuck with a bunch, or you don't want them to take a year to sell. So you also want to consider the numbers when looking at this type of a purchase. So I'm home from Walmart and I've emptied my van and put away all my goodies, and I just wanted to recap with you the reasons that we like and don't like Walmart. So the reason I started with Walmart and IKEA is because when I was a business student at the University of Florida, we used those two organizations as examples for the students. And the reason we did that is because they are really good at having the whole supply chain from the beginning to the end product completely down pat, like a well-oiled machine. And so all of those savings from like Walmart owning their own semis and their own warehouses and having complete control of their inventory and the speed of the inventory, they're able to trickle down those savings to the customers, which are us, the buyers of their product. And so they're able to keep prices down past other points that other retail stores just can't compete with. So they're really good places to shop because their prices are low, and typically the product is still going to be a decent product, but for a lower price. So having said that, the things I especially like about Walmart is that, of course, the low prices. That's number one. And I utilize Walmart probably more than any other store for their clearance items, especially after holidays, after Christmas, after back to school. Like today, I was able to see really, really severely marked down back to school goodies. I can grab all of that. Notebooks never go out of style. So if I have a green notebook now, or I hold on to it and sell it next year at back to school or over the summer, it's the same notebook. It's just going to cost me a fraction of the price. So typically when I see these severely clearanced items, that's when I shop for them. I don't shop for them right before summer when they're high and try to sell them over the summer because I'm not making, a big difference there. What I do is after back to school, the kids have now gone back to school, they're trying to unload all of their supplies, and there's boxes and boxes of severely marked down items that I can purchase, hold on to, and sell 9 months later and make a good profit margin for those items. So I really like that about Walmart. I like that I can do that because I have a harder time doing that in other stores.
Another thing I like about the Walmart is that they accept competitors' coupons, even online. So if I can find an item that is cheaper anywhere, even the far-reaching internet, I can still use that price at Walmart. They'll price match it for me, and that, comes in handy. The categories that I shop for the most at Walmart would be pets, any type of pet supplies. Toys are a huge one. You should be stocking up for toys now. It's September, so you should really be hitting these stores now so that you have enough inventory to sell for fourth quarter, which is Christmas. Because people, believe it or not, start shopping for Christmas now. They start really early. They really are going by October. So if you haven't already, you need to go ahead and start shopping for that. So toys are a big category for fourth quarter. Books. I get, inexpensive new books at Walmart. Books, I still prefer garage sales because you can't compete with the prices, but those are all used books. For new books, Walmart's pretty good, and I do, stroll through that area. School supplies we mentioned, and anything on clearance. They typically at Walmart put their clearance items in the center, the main aisles, the main rows, in these little center caps, and it just has yellow clearance signs all around it. So you can walk around the main aisles of a Walmart and see the heavily marked down items, compared to Target, who typically hides their clearance items. They're always at the end of a row on an end cap, so you have to look for them. But once you kind of know where a store puts their heavily clearance items, you can shop more easily in those stores for it. Things I don't like about Walmart. I guess what I don't like about Walmart is that it's easily accessible, so everyone can get to it. So whatever product I get at Walmart, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can also get at Walmart. So there's no eccentric value like the IKEA has, where people are willing to pay actually more online because it's still cheaper than getting in a car and driving and getting the products at IKEA. So with Walmart, you don't have that luxury. Everybody can get to a Walmart. Everybody has access to the same deals. So I guess that would be one of the things that I don't like about Walmart. With the Walmart, you saw me, I scan, you have to scan. I mean, anywhere you go, you have to spend time scanning all of your items, and I will just plop my butt down right in the middle of the floor. I don't really care. And I'll spend 30 minutes scanning. But if you have one of those scan fob things, it makes it faster, with the scanning app, that really speeds up the process. So I think I was in Walmart for a total of 30 minutes today, and you saw that my pile of not buys was way bigger than my piles of buys. And that's just part of the business. You might have to scan 10 items for every one item that you find, but when you find the one item that's a good price, they might have 10, 15 of them. So it's one scan, it's one listing, and you just change the quantity for 10, and so it's not that much work. Even if your price point isn't the $10 that I always scream you should have $10, I am a little gray on that when it comes to Walmart because the quantity is more. So if I can make $7 and not spend any more time listing or scanning, or it's no more work, I'm actually making $35 for that same hour of finding that one product instead of $10. So I'm actually making out more money. So as long as it's profitable and there's a lot of items. In the video, you saw two examples that I used. One was the Uno robot. I think his, oh gosh, I'm going to forget now. Their rankings were I think the robot was 7,000 on Amazon was the ranking number, and the Lego was 2,000 and something. So those numbers are really low. The lower the number, typically the faster it sells, the better it sells. So those were numbers I was happy with. So I was comfortable buying quantity in both of those items, and making the profit on both of them, even though they were more after Amazon fees, I was only making $7 and $5. When I times that by 10 of them that I thought was going to sell relatively quickly, it turned into a $100 profit in the 30 minutes that I spent there only on 2 items. So I only, I could have shopped for more than that. But Anyway, that's all I think that I have to say about Walmart. It's one of my top 3 favorites. I shop there all the time and really heavily utilize it in my Amazon FBA. So it's one of my favorites. And I hope you liked the video today. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.